What's going on, y'all? Welcome again, man, to another episode of Indie Music Major Business, brought to you by Money United with Game. I am your host, Muggs a Million, in the building. And yeah, man, we here to motivate, educate, elevate indie music professionals all across the world, man. No matter if you're a songwriter, you're a rap artist, R&B singer, if you're a producer, make beats, whatever it is, man. If you just an A&R or manager type, man, you want to get into the back end side of it. We're here to motivate, educate, and elevate y'all too. Again, it's Indie Music Major Business. I am your host, Muggs a Million, in the building. Also the author of the book, Indie Music Major Business, A Guide to Your First Royalty Check. This journey, man, it's been a great one, man. It's been inspired by a lifelong journey of mine in the music industry. As an indie music professional, I've learned and gained so much knowledge, experienced so many different, just real deal hands-on experiences, man, in the music industry, man. I'm gonna just touch on again a couple of things about myself that I may not even touched on in the introduction, man. Again, I've been doing it 20 plus years. That's my plaque right there that my company presented us with, Money United with Game. We've been Money United with Game, the brand, for 20 years. I just been on this journey, man, really my whole life. But, just a little bit about myself, man. Again, Nashville native. I moved to Atlanta, man. Atlanta really changed my whole music career, changed my whole outlook, and just everything, man, my whole view of the music industry itself. My very first song I recorded while I was in Atlanta as a music professional, as a rap artist at the time, turned into this #1 Billboard plaque right here, man. It ended up becoming a featured song on an artist Chris Webby's album, and it went #1 on the Billboard Heat Seekers charts, man. And from there, it just kind of switched my whole mindset, my whole view of the music industry. I took off the blockage of myself, took myself out of that box of just being a rapper, crossed over into being a songwriter. And I just kind of elevated my career from there, man, to being an overall music professional altogether, man. Was a Grammy Recording Academy member on the Grammy board down there in Atlanta. Been to the Grammy Awards, spoken at SAE. I want to shout out to my publicist, man, my PR firm, Oso Imaging, man. Shout out to Rami Oso over at Oso Imaging. We were able to put together a few panels. This is when I first just kind of got into the speaking engagement and educating side of everything, man. Again, at the time, I did a panel called Making Money Behind the Scenes in the Music Industry, because it's always been about trying to educate the indie music professional on how to actually make money in this thing, man. I've been doing it since a kid, since a teenager, just for fun. Never was making no actual money from it. We was traveling, we was going to different places in big boy studios, recording all these songs, putting the music out on CDs, and of course by way of selling physical copies, hand to hand, we was making some money a little bit, had songs, not songs, but CDs and stuff on consignment at some of the independent record stores at the time, but just not really ever seeing a check from it. Like you hear people talk about mailbox money and royalties. So not really just ever seeing that side of it, man, until I got to a certain point in my life and in my career. I got educated on how music publishing worked, how the songwriting worked, how the music business itself worked as a whole. And like I said, moving to Atlanta, having my internship down there at Icon Studios, it really just exposed me to the business of it all, man. And again, like I said, my first rap song that I recorded, shout out to my guy, Sedell Young, turned into my first #1 Billboard as a songwriter, man. So I say all that to say, to motivate and inspire y'all to don't put no limits on yourself, man. If you're a rapper, you're an artist out there, an R&B singer, but you writing your own music, don't be afraid to let that song fly and go to somebody else that may be in a bigger and better position than you, because you don't never know how that song can grow to something bigger than you was expecting because you was trying to keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? So again, man, the book, Indie Music Major Business, A Guide to Your First Royalty Check. Because I know it's some of y'all out there, man, be honest with yourself, right? Have never received an actual royalty check from your music. Again, have you really ever received a royalty check for your music? A lot of y'all can't say that you have, man. BMI pays out every quarter, right? So that's every 3 months they paying out. They pay out in, I think, like March. I just got a deposit not that long ago. You know, ASCAP, CSEC, same way, man. They pay out quarterly, right? So when they do their quarterly payout, if you're not receiving a direct deposit or a check in the mailbox, you're not receiving royalties the way you should be if you got music out there online, music that you're releasing on YouTube, and things of that nature, man. Not the money, like I said, that's sitting there in your DistroKid account or in your CD Baby account. I'm talking about your performance rights organization, PRO, or your publishing company. If you don't have your own publishing company, right? BMI is not your publishing company. That's another side of it, right? A publishing company is something you have to establish for yourself that represents you as a songwriter and the songs that you are writing and creating. Same way a recording artist gets a record deal and signed to a record label, right? If you're a recording artist and you're releasing your own music and you're putting yourself out, most of y'all consider yourselves an independent label. You got your own label, right? So as an independent label, that represents you on the artist side of things, though. You just as the performer that's rapping and recording the music. But as a songwriter, that music has to be represented in its own way. And that's the publishing side of the music, right? The publishing side, though. This is some major business that I want you indie music professionals to hang on to and really start doing your own research. Again, I'm going to be breaking it down here on the Indie Music Major Business Show, but I want you guys to really start wanting to go and learn and in order to earn. You know what I'm saying, though? Want to real quick, though, too, man, we're right here in Nashville, the Music City, USA. Shout out to Cashville, ETC. You know what I'm saying, man? For the fresh hat. Got the boy Clean on the scene, you know what I mean, though? Nashville natives. Shout out to them, man, and everything they doing. My guy Loso, what's happening, my guy? But yeah, I just had to throw that in there right quick because the hat do got me looking a little cool today, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that blue for the TSU, you know what I'm saying? Tennessee State University. But yeah, man, again, back to the real business at hand, though. Indie music, major business, y'all. I want y'all to really grasp a hold of that. A guide to your first royalty check. Some of y'all have never received a royalty check for your music that you're releasing. Therefore, you're not taking care of the proper business that you should be taking care of as an indie music professional. So we're going to change all that, though. Again, the goal is to motivate, educate, and elevate you as an indie music professional. And that's what I'm here to do, man. It's your boy Muggs A Million, the host for the day, the host for the show, and this how it's going to go. Because I got something for y'all, man. I want y'all to know. I'm not just talking what I'm saying, right? I know y'all see the Billboard plaque. Y'all see the Platinum Money United We Game 20-year plaque. But I want to show y'all something. It came in the mail not that long ago. I'm going to do a quick little small little baby zoom in. Ain't even really no whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of money. But it's money, right? It's money that I'm making. There's a lot of y'all can't say y'all making, man. It's sound exchange. Sound exchange right there real quick. Real quick on the lick. Real quick on the slick. Sound exchange. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, real deal money coming in the mail. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking the mail because it's a chick in the mail. You know what I'm talking about? But nah, for real, man, I want y'all to be inspired by this, man. This ain't no bragging thing or nothing like that. But if you take care of your business will take care of you, right? I want y'all to hang on to that. If you take care of your business will take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Again, I showed y'all one of the previous episodes, the book, Indie Music Major Business. Got the physical copy. I'm actually breaking down and showing y'all the royalty statements that I get sent from BMI, from CSEC, when my song's being played on the radio, my song's being reran on the television show. I've been blessed to have songs placed on BET's The Game, Oxygen Network, when Bad Girls Club and stuff was out there. A couple other situations I got going where I've been shopping songs. You know, I've had a lot of opportunities. Some of it didn't transpire the way I wanted it to transpire, and it didn't really officially turn into anything, right? But that's part of the music business. It's the trial and the error. It's the grind and the push of keep going and keep shooting your shot till you hit that winning shot. You know, again, I was super blessed, man, triple blessed that my first rap song turned into a #1 Billboard songwriting opportunity for me, man. So again, I'm taking my story, my journey, and I'm learning to pour it into y'all, man, so that y'all can bypass some of the things that I had to experience on my own and learn from my own mistakes, right? So again, but guide to your first royalty check. Make music that counts, right? That's one of the topics, one of the chapters in the book. Make music that counts. And what I talk about in that is exactly how I was able to get that check that you just saw from Sound Exchange, right? By taking care of some of the major business that comes with being an indie music professional. So in the previous episode, I did a lot of talking about the PRO, the Performance Rights Organization, right? And registering your song properly with them. Again, we just touched on the publishing side of it, establishing your own publishing company, which is, again, different from BMI and ASCAP. Your publishing company is something you want to establish for yourself because it's two sides of money that's being paid out whenever your song is being played on the radio, aired on a television show, and things of that nature, right? You got the side of the money that represents the writer share, but then you have the side of the money that represents the publishing share. So, for example, when I was able to get my songs placed on BET, I went through a publisher, right? My publishing instructor from school, shout out to my guy, Bob Della Posta, My Three Kids Music. He had a lot of good connections and resources already into the TV and film world. And so he had sync opportunities that would come his way looking for hip hop and rap songs. So he would reach out to me with a brief. Hey, we need a song that sounds something like this. If you got some in your catalog, send it over to me. So I did just that, right? And so one of those ways that you get paid from sync in music is the sync fee. So initially, not even the back end money that comes in the mailbox or direct deposit into your account, but even up front, right? BET paid a certain amount of money just to license the song to even use it in the television show. That money there, we split. Why? Because he's the publisher. I'm on the songwriting side of it though, right? And so the money is pretty much split 50-50 amongst the publishers involved and the songwriters involved. So as a music publisher, it's your responsibility. The reason you get that 50% is your responsibility to go out and exploit that song and get it licensed with either another artist or put it in television shows or on film and things of that nature so that the song can start making some extra money. And then in return, you guys split that money 50-50 though. The music publisher gets one side, the songwriter gets another piece of the money. But if you're both of those people, you get both of those checks, right? So a lot of times people don't understand that that's how it works. And so again, that's why you want to set up your own music publishing company, especially prior to going into signing any kind of record deal or even publishing deal with a manager or record company or whatnot, right? That's how you hear a lot of people that say they signed away their publishing because they never knew what the publishing represented, right? When a film company or a TV show or whatnot, though, and the music supervisors from a television show is wanting to license your music for their show or for their film, they don't reach out to the rapper. They don't even reach out to the record label. They reach out to the music publisher that represents the rights to that song, right? This is different from the master recording. Again, that's a whole nother conversation. Right now, we're talking about the music publishing side, how you actually control the way you can make money when your song is licensed out or synced into a film or a television show. So when the publishing company gets the phone call, it's like, boom, they can either negotiate or they can accept what the sync fee is being offered, right? So again, in my case with the BET situation, they reached out to Bob Della Posta. Bob Della Posta was the publisher representing the song, right? And so with him representing the song, they offered him a certain amount of money up front as a sync fee to license the song, use it for the television show. He hit me up, yo, we got a placement on BET. This, that, this, that. This is what they giving us. I'm gonna send your half for the check. Boom. And it was an amazing thing, amazing opportunity. Now, on the back end of it, once the television show comes out, the episode plays and my song is played in the background, right? Not even just the initial episode, but every time it's reran on TV, when you got the reruns of the show, keep coming on, keep coming on. I love it. Run it back. Because every time that song is keep playing, the episode is playing, and my song is in that episode, it's getting calculated. It's getting counted for. BMI is keeping up with that. CSAC is keeping up with that. And in return, I'm getting another check in the mail. You know what I'm saying, dog? Yes, I'm checking the mail. This is a check in the mail. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what it's all about, man. Again, indie music, major business, a guide to your first royalty check. So if you haven't got a royalty check, this is something you might want to check into. It's taking care of your business, man. Again, establishing yourself with a PRO, setting up that publishing company, man. Set that PRO up. You know what I'm saying? You know, we get with that PRO and set that publishing company up. Those are two different things, man. BMI, ASCAP are not your publishing company. I want y'all to get that in your head, man, because too many times when I'm not an independent music professional, showcases and talent events and stuff like that, man, and artists, you know, I ask that trick question to people all the time. You know, which PRO are you with? Some people don't even know the acronym of what PRO is. They're like, I ain't with no PRO, I'm independent. You're independent. You know what a PRO is, though? Performing Rights Organization is your BMI, your ASCAP. Oh, yeah, I'm with BMI. Okay, cool. You got your own publishing company set up. Someone don't even know they're supposed to do that. So I want you to understand these is different steps that has to be taken for money to start being made from the music, though. You get what I'm saying? So another part of that is like if you're a straight up artist and you're releasing your songs, like say on the radio, or you're giving it to certain DJs that are in a position to get your song on a mix show, right? I talk about that as well in the book, Making Music That Counts. And when I say making the music that counts is if these songs aren't registered properly, right? We'll say like BDS. BDS and Mediabase are another way that you have to register your music, right? Encoding. That's what it is. It's basically you're encoding your music so that when it plays on the radio, it's being detected by BMI and ASCAP so that they can pay you for radio spins as well. So now we're talking about a whole nother level of not just registering your song with BMI and ASCAP on the songwriting side of it or the live performance side of it that I spoke about in the episode before, but now we're talking about encoding your music so that it is recognized via the airwaves and on these television shows and different platforms as well, though, because that's how they detect. Got some different things going on today. Sorry about that. But that's how they detect everything that your music is actually doing when it's getting played on the radio. It's how they keep track of your spins, right, on the radio. And then that's a whole nother check as well, though. Radio spins and BDS calculate to a whole nother situation, though, of money that you can be making off of your music. So again, man, I want y'all to continue to lock in on the business, right? As an indie music professional, it's major business that comes behind this if you want to actually start making money in this music industry. Right? So again, that's what I want to talk about today, man. Making music that counts. That's a section that's in the book. Again, the description has the link in there, sends you to the website to go download and buy the book. It's already streaming right now, man. I want y'all to go run that up. I'm trying to get 1 million streams or more. I'm trying to get my Apple Music, my Spotify plaque off of 1 million streams for my audio book, man. I'm trying to educate, it'll elevate and motivate y'all, man. So, you know what I mean? That's the easier way right there. Just go download and stream the audio book, same platforms where you go and listen to your music at, right? So y'all go run that up for your boy, man. Go share that with your peoples. Spread this to nephew and them, little cousin them, the brothers trying to rap. If you really want to see them win, get them something that's going to give them a way to make the money from it, man. This is real deal money united with game. You feel me, though? Shout out to the team. You feel me? Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to elevate and educate, man. And that's the only way you're going to really make some money from it, is educating yourself, man. You know, so again, it's your boy, Muggs A Million, in the building. Find me on Instagram at MUGS_A million. I'm in the building, man. I hope y'all receiving this knowledge that I gained from experience, not just college. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I did go to school for it, but I really got out here and lived it out, walked it out, man, lived the journey and made money from the music, man. Money still coming in. I'm talking about songs I did going on 10, 15 years ago. Still making money from the music, man. Right now to this day. Not gonna play, man. So I want y'all to be the same way though. All my young cats out there that's rapping and inspiring to be a big boy professional artist and stuff one day in the game. You don't gotta sign your life away, sign your royalties away, your publishing and all that. Nah, man, take care of your business. So that way when you go into the door and sign that record deal with them, man, you already got your own publishing company set up. You may jump on a big boy feature and you just time to fill out a split sheet and you got your business took care of though. You able to fill out that split sheet to the fullest and put your name down there as a songwriter, put your share on there as a music publisher, and you own a piece of that song forever, man. So if somebody want to go back and re-record that song 20 years from now, they got to holler at you. Somebody want to put that song in a movie or on a TV show, they got to holler at you, man. Get your money, y'all. That's what it's about. Indie music, major business. Money United with Game. Mugs a Million. I'm in the building, man. Let's go.